Migration to the West has been one of the defining aspects of American history ever since the first colonies were settled. Westward expansion has an almost mythic ring to Americans, and it certainly did so in the 19th century, especially during the 1830s and 1840s and 1850s. Tens of thousands of Americans migrated from the East, from the Midwest to the West, from the South to the Southwest. From old Southern states such as Virginia and North Carolina and South Carolina, migrants moved west into Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, and ultimately Texas. So many South Carolinians moved to Texas in the 1830s that cabins across the state of South Carolina had etched in their doorframes the initials GTT, which simply stood for Gone to Texas. So moving westward, the opportunity to find cheap, available land, the opportunity to start over, has been one of the most powerful aspects and themes of American development. And certainly that was true in the second quarter of the 19th century. Westward expansion offered numerous benefits. It provided a safety valve for the eastern cities that were growing more and more congested and crowded with hundreds of thousands of newcomers and immigrants flowing into the United States. Many of those people were able to find new opportunities by moving westward, by migrating. At the same time, moving westward opened up new natural resources for the American economy, for entrepreneurs to take advantage of. Moving westward also allowed for growth, not just in the economy, but in the population as well. But moving westward also had disadvantages. It posed serious issues in terms of the continual displacement of Native American tribes, pushing them off their lands, killing them, negotiating very unfair treaties with the Native Americans. All of that put a stain on American behavior. But even more formidable than that issue was the growing issue over slavery in the Western territories. As Southerners moved west, they wanted to be able to take their slaves and their slave-centered culture into the new Western territories. That posed powerful political issues in the North and Midwest. As more and more people became opposed to slavery, that opposition to slavery manifested itself most powerfully in opposition to extending slavery into the new Western territories. That debate over whether or not slavery could be moved from the Deep South into the Midwest and Far West became one of the flashpoints that would ultimately lead to secession and civil war. So the Western migration was one of the most powerful themes in American history, for good and for ill.